organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, with finals stressing out many students this time of year, find out what is also stressing out many soon-to-be grads.
And graduation came early for one particular group of students this week. Stay tuned to find out who.
And in sports, we announced the Daily Iowan Female Athlete of the Year.
That's all coming your way next. Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning into your Wednesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Josh Bolander.
And I'm Tasha Woods. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has denied a second appeal by the University of Iowa for funding to replace the Museum of Art, which was destroyed by the 2008 floods, according to a press release Wednesday. FEMA officials said the building could be replaced if it was impossible to repair the current status of the building to its original capacity. FEMA denied the UI's first appeal for the funding was denied in January 2011.
Thousands of UI seniors will end their college careers as finals finish up on Friday. Earlier today, I examined figures that show that a degree doesn't necessarily translate into immediate employment.
Over 30,000 students attend the University of Iowa in hopes of bettering their lives, attaining degrees, and eventually landing a job. However, packing libraries and passing finals is not the only thing that stands in front of this month's graduates and employment, with new figures showing bachelor degrees from top-tier universities doesn't necessarily translate directly to work. While the number of unemployed persons at 12.5 million and the unemployment rate at 8.1% changed little last month, Labor Department figures showed that the unemployment rate for workers 25 and over with at least a bachelor's degree was 4.3% last year, down from a September 2009 high of 5%, but more than double the 2.1% registered when the recession started in 2009. Not all majors are seeing a decrease, however. Those with degrees in accounting, finance, engineering, and computer sciences have all seen job openings rise over the last year. Some businesses are also keen on hiring those educated in sciences, with a number of those companies high on creating jobs that deal with alternative energy, which makes the last lesson students learn a difficult one. The grass may not always be greener on the other side.
After months of uncertainty, President Barack Obama announced Wednesday that he supports gay marriage. The announcement came in the heels of Tuesday night's vote to ban same-sex marriage in North Carolina. This opens up a new area of debate for President Obama and Republican candidate Mitt Romney, who opposes gay marriage. Multiple polls suggest that the U.S. is evenly divided on the issue of gay marriage, and Iowa is one of the only 6 states, plus the District of Columbia, that recognizes same-sex marriage.
The 12th annual Rainbow Graduation Ceremony took place last night, bringing in not only the graduates and President Sally Mason, but also members of the Iowa City community. Daily Iowan TV's Muriel Kone has more on this fairly young but significant event.
Even though finals takes up a majority of the minds of most of the graduates present at this year's Rainbow Graduation, receiving words of encouragement from President Sally Mason and other faculty members did not keep some students in.
Gotta pass my finals.
But passing finals is only a piece of the many accomplishments the honorees have attained while attending the university. And although many came out to the Rainbow Graduation Ceremony, organizers hope that this becomes a bigger part of the university community.
We want it to be campus-wide.
If it's more broadly known by all students, then students who identify as LGBTQ can come out and feel supported and be recognized for their achievements.
An achievement that transcends past academics to the strong student activism by members of the LGBTQ community that made this event a possibility. And the mere presence of such a graduation is a sign of hope for some students.
It shows how progressive the university is, and I think that how open and proud they are of us.
And the pride is also shown from organizers.
And we want everyone to know that there students and graduates here who've made major contributions, and they should be recognized for that.
In the future, organizers hope to draw in more graduates in the LGBT community along with their allies at the ceremony. Muriel Kone, Daily Iowan TV.
Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, find out where Iowa sits compared to the rest of the U.S. for locally grown food.
And in sports, we take a look at a former Hawkeye who is still in Iowa City doing what he loves. But first, let's check in with Stephen Duran to see what you can expect for this weekend's weather.
Thanks, guys. It looks like it will almost be perfect weather for the first weekend off of school, and for the last couple of days of finals, it will be hard to stay indoors to study. Tomorrow morning, we start off the day with a clear 59 degrees, and in the afternoon, it will warm up to be about 70 degrees without a cloud in the sky. And in the evening, it won't cool down much, with the low reaching 63 degrees. It will be a perfect night to stargaze with clear skies. And looking into the extended forecast, there's not much going on besides sunny skies, with a high of 80 for Friday with clear skies. Over the weekend, the highs of 69 and 72 degrees. Perfect weather for a weekend outside going into the next week. You can even expect more great weather with mostly sunny skies for the week. So it looks like we will have a great week of weather to start off our summer break. Back to you guys.
An Iowa woman is behind bars for allegedly lying about having a brain tumor to get prescription drugs. Amanda Malik is facing 6 counts of identity theft for trying to convince Healthcare Works that she had a brain tumor in 2010. Identity theft is an aggravated misdemeanor.
According to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Iowa ranks number 2 in the nation as a producer of locally grown food. Vermont takes the top spot on the list, while Florida is at the bottom, even though the Sunshine State produces the majority of the nation's citrus, strawberries, and tomatoes. Locavores, or people who strictly eat food that is grown locally, have 2 criteria for what they consider local. First is that the food must be produced within roughly 100 miles of where it's consumed, and second, that it's produced within the same state where it's consumed. According to the data from the market research firm Mental, more than half of consumers feel it is more important to buy local as opposed to organic.
Those who haven't upgraded to a smartphone yet may find the option a little more affordable, as AT&T has announced that it plans to introduce a family data share plan. The new plan, which doesn't have a launch date yet, would be similar to current family calling plans. Competitor Verizon Wireless has announced that it will introduce family data plans this summer. And now for your Hawkeye Sports Update, let's go to Lauren Moss.
All right, thanks, guys. And award week continues here at Daily Iowan TV, and tonight's award seems to be just one more notch on the belt for Hawkeye swimmer Becky Stoughton. The freshman was recently named the well-deserved MVP of the women's swim team. Stoughton set 5 school records, including the 400 individual medley and the 200, 500, 1,000, and 1650 freestyle. She was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year following her all-conference performance at the Big Ten Championships, and earned honorable mention All-American honors after finishing 9th in the 1650 freestyle at the NCAA meet. So congratulations, Becky. We look forward to seeing what you have in store for us next year. And the deep tradition of Iowa athletics is known in the Iowa City community, shown through the countless fans who travel back every Saturday to cheer on our Hawks in the fall. But it's not just the fans that can't get enough of the black and gold. Daily Iowan TV's Chelsea Byrne caught up with former Iowa tight end Marv Cook to talk about why Iowa City meant so much to him that he came back for good.
Here's Hartley going out. He looks, he throws. It is complete, and it's an Iowa touchdown. It's an Iowa touchdown. It's an Iowa touchdown. Marv Cook. I can't believe it. Marv Cook.
Marv Cook's fourth quarter, 4th and 23rd touchdown catch and run is a classic Hawkeye football story. It is known to the Iowa faithful and helped make Cook a household name in Iowa City. But that name stuck around and continues to be just as well known in the area as it was back in 1987. But instead of a Hawkeye tight end or an NFL star, today Cook's title is the Regina High School head football coach.
Well, obviously I love football, so you want to be around that, and my kids go to school there, so it was just a natural progression that when that position came open, I applied for it and was fortunate enough to get it. So.
Cook's impressive careers both at Iowa and in the NFL allowed him to truly develop a desire to teach the game he loves to others. The age group he decided to pass his passion on to, though, was picked with care.
I love the level just because I think it's the purest sense of football, and they all very, very motivated, very into it, and appreciate the fact that most of them aren't going to go on and play collegiately. A few of them have, and that's great, but they enjoy the purity of the high school game and being with their teammates. So it's been a great experience.
David Schammer is one of those kids that Marv talks so highly about, and the feeling is mutual. A junior at St. Louis University, Schammer calls Marv one of the greatest guys he knows, and so much more than just a football coach.
Marv had a way of inspiring all players, not only on the field, but off the field. I think he was just as concerned as how we played on Friday night as he was in school and with our families. And one thing he always said was, I remember it at my senior year banquet, he said, take what you've learned and through this football experience and take it in the real world. And I couldn't phrase it any better than that.
But what makes Marv Cook's journey so inspiring is how much he credits the Hawkeye program itself for where he is today. In fact, he says if it weren't for Hayden Fry, who knows where he'd be.
Hayden Fry didn't just change my life. He's changed the way I parent. He's changed the way I go about coaching other kids. And I think ultimately that hopefully makes a difference in the lives of way more people, just because of the way Hayden Fry, treated me and coached me when I was, 18, 19, 20 years old. He's a guy that, when I was 17 years old, he gave me an opportunity to fulfill my dream. And you can never, ever put a price on that. You can never, ever, for me, it's truly the most amazing thing because my life has been on an incredible journey ever since that time. So.
That long-standing tradition of Hawkeye football seems to ring out on every player that steps foot inside Kinnick Stadium and creates a program that players like Cook are proud to be a part of. Chelsea Byrne, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Also, be sure to tune in tomorrow to hear the story of another former Iowa player who helped add to the atmosphere of downtown Iowa City. But as of tonight, that's all I have for you, so back to you at the desk.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek at Thursday's print version of the Daily Iowan. Read about a potential bias on the University of Iowa faculty as Democrats outnumber Republicans 6-1.
Plus, read about an increase in yoga and Pilates participation in Iowa City. That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out the same time tomorrow or anytime at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.